This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. I did a video yesterday about impeaching Donald Trump. In the video, I make certain statements about impeachment and my intolerance for his having committed obstruction of justice. And then hopefully, super predictably, I played those exact statements being said by current defenders of Donald Trump, but about Bill Clinton during his impeachment process. And for the record, I know it may come as some surprise to you, I think Bill Clinton also should have been removed from office. Lying and obstruction of justice are unacceptable for any president, no matter the party. There's a lot of things that don't wear well on me, and hypocrisy is one of them. Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. A lot of people seem to have appreciated it. Well, the world awoke this morning to a couple of Donald Trump tweets about his possible impeachment. Spoiler alert, he's unhappy, unhinged, and unsurprisingly uneducated about the very process he could soon be facing. He tweeted, quote, "The Mueller report, despite being written by angry Democrats and Trump haters, and with unlimited money behind it, $35 million, didn't lay a glove on me. I did nothing wrong. If the partisan Dems ever tried to impeach, I would first head to the United States Supreme Court. Not only are there no quote-unquote high crimes and misdemeanors, there are no crimes by me at all. All of the crimes were committed by crooked Hillary, the Dems, the DNC, and dirty cops. And we caught them in the act. We waited for Mueller and won. So now the Dems look to Congress as last hope. First, let's ignore Donald Trump's woeful and dangerous lack of understanding of the Constitution, the very document he swore an oath to preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
How can you preserve, protect, and defend something of which you have zero understanding? Let's also ignore his grammar and capitalization errors, which should only be typical of a child. And let's pay particular attention to his master plan to thwart impeachment by running to the Supreme Court, which is conveniently stacked in conservative tilt by lifetime appointees, put there by none other than Donald Trump himself. Also, let's talk about his whining about high crimes and misdemeanors. Article 2, Section 4 of the United States Constitution states, "The President, the Vice President, and civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors." So the founders built into the Constitution a political mechanism, not a judicial or criminal one, by which the House and the Senate can remove the President, Vice President, or other federal officers from their offices. And that mechanism is through a process called impeachment. Here's how it works. The impeachment process begins in the House of Representatives, where they draw up articles of impeachment, and with their accusations in the document, they hold a vote to impeach. This only takes a simple majority vote, so just 51%. Then, assuming the vote passes, the official, Donald Trump in this case, stands trial for those accusations in the Senate. The Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court presides over the impeachment trial, sitting in the presiding officer's chair in the Senate. During the impeachment, designated members of the House of Representatives serve as prosecutors, and the full Senate sits as the jury. At the conclusion of the trial, there is a public vote by the Senate. It's not a secret one. All the votes are public. And to be convicted and thus removed from office, the president must be convicted by a 2/3 vote. Here's where Donald Trump flaunts his ignorance of basic American civics. Let's talk about high crimes and misdemeanor and his plan to run to the Supreme Court to save him. Because this is a political process, there doesn't need to be any actual crimes charged. This is about violating the public trust. If this were a criminal procedure, the founders would have likely placed the authority to remove office holders with the Supreme Court. The problem with that, especially related to removing a president, is that the president would stand a decent chance of being judged by the same individuals who he himself appointed to their lifetime positions. So it's a process designed to have the elected Congress remove him, and by extension, we the people. It is quite telling, though, that Donald Trump thinks he can just up and run to his hand-picked majority conservative Supreme Court with its newest appointees, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Boofer Kavanaugh, there to run interference for him. It's amusing because if the House were to pass articles of impeachment, unless it were a pony keg, because Kavanaugh got thirsty, there would be absolutely nothing to bring to the Supreme Court.